Hey guys, how you doing? This is Mike Simmons, and if you are on this web page, I'm assuming you're interested in the website offer. Either you don't have a website currently, or you're just not happy with your current website. And I will talk a little bit more about this offer a little later in the video, but what I always do first is also do a website and competition audit video. And obviously, I can't audit your website if you don't have one, but I can audit your competitor sites and see what's going on there. So if you're interested in getting an audit video, whether you have a website or not, the easiest way is just to call me, because I always will want to talk to you either way, whether you send in a form fill or not. I always need to talk to somebody face to face, on the phone anyway. So the easiest way is just to call the number right here. You can also, if you're very busy though, click on this Learn More button. It'll take you to my contact page, and you can actually schedule a call for later when it suits you. But what am I looking for? Well, first of all, let's talk about what perhaps your mindset is. So if you are confused, overwhelmed, or just plain lost when it comes to ranking your website on Google, driving targeted traffic to your website and turning website visitors into paying customers, well then today is your lucky day. I am going to systematically break down ranking and summarize in this video what I hope is an easy to understand process. Let's talk about what Google is looking for. Now, Google, of course, is the most popular search engine there is, and there's a reason for that, is because they always are trying to offer people the best content available for the search term that somebody puts in there. They make their money through AdWords and other things, forms of paid advertising, which we also do, by the way. But if you're wanting to show up for a particular search on Google, what exactly is Google looking for? Well, first of all, your website content. How much content is on your site? Is your content marked up correctly? That's talking about schema markup most generally. And is your content original? Because Google is not going to show your content if you're just copying, pasting from websites that Google has already indexed. How much content? Well, generally I like to have like between 10 and 15,000 words of relevant, quality, original content on a site before I even start to try to rank the website. Why do I want this? Well, because have you ever seen a single page website ranking up at the top of Google? Not really. You're not going to do that. And with a lot of content, quality content on there, you're giving Google a chance to index that content and rank you for various keywords that you want to rank for. Google's also looking for whether your content has on-page SEO, header tags, title tags, outbound links on your site, the site structure, etc., etc. The bounce rate. The bounce rate, how long do your website visitors stay on your site? Well, if they leave, if they come to your site and then leave, bounce off it 20, 30 seconds later, well, that is a high bounce rate. Bounce rate is a good indicator whether or not your user found what they were looking for. And a high bounce rate obviously means they probably didn't. Page speed. How quickly does your page load? Does it load fast on a mobile device? How many times have you visited a site and then left because the page took too long to load? We're not back in the dial-up modem days, guys. Your page speed is important. Is your website mobile friendly? Mobile searches are now more popular than desktop. Now, if you aren't optimizing your website for mobile, you are probably losing out on more than 50% of your potential business. Not a good thing. Google is looking for backlinks or links. Now, links were, are, and most likely will be for a long time the number one ranking factor. Why? Because they are a tangible way for Google to gauge how much authority your website has. They are also the hardest part about ranking, and if you used incorrectly, it may result in your site being penalized, and you do not want that. Well, these are just a few of the factors that the Google algorithm takes into account when determining ranking Focusing on these will help you in most local markets, and the Google algorithm is frequently changing. If you have heard anything about it, you probably know that. So these factors that I just went over are the main factors that I think Google is looking for. There's a ton more factors which nobody really knows exactly what they are, but if you do focus on the factors I just went over, you are going to do pretty well in your local market. Now, what ranking factors am I looking for when I do a site audit on your site or just your competition audit? Well, first of all, of course, location. The location from which the search is performed is a huge factor in being displayed in the local pack, local Google pack. And a website, of course. You need a website, of course, or you're not going to be found online most likely. Now, like I said, when auditing a site, here's what I'm looking for. Site identity. Who are you? I want to see real pictures of people in your business, not the phony, fake, stock photos that have been prevalent in the past. Those just don't cut it anymore, guys. If you have a smartphone, you can take HD, high definition photos with your smartphone. Use real photos. What do? It's imperative that you give your potential customers enough information about you and your team so that they believe that you are qualified for the job. So what differentiates you from others in the same field? You want to let them know. Trust. Now, your website may be the first, possibly only interaction a customer has with your business. What are you telling them? Show off your reviews, testimonials, rating from the Better Business Bureau, etc. But if you fail to establish trust, it really doesn't matter how much traffic your website gets because no one is going to hire you. What's the purpose of your website? For most businesses, it's simple. Convert visitors into phone calls or form fills. Convert those calls into customers. Convert customers into repeat customers. How do we do that? One way is to emphasize their pain point. Why spend all weekend at Home Depot when you can get the job done right the first time by hiring us? You can build trust. Check out what our customers say about us. You have a clear call to action. Here is how you can get a hold of us. A phone number, a contact form, live chat. Make it easy for them to get a hold of you guys. On-page SEO, like I talked about before, and this can get somewhat technical, but here's what I'm looking for when I do an audit. Header tags, H1, H2, H3, H4, do you have them? Title tags, are your photos geo-tagged? Do you have structured markup data? The site architecture of your site, the site architecture. Do you have interlinking? Do you have outbound links? And of course the content like we talked about earlier. And site speed, how quickly does your site load? Very important, guys. Mobile friendly, also very important. Does your site render on mobile devices? Links and citations. How many links and citations are pointing to your site? What is the quality like? If you have, a million backlinks, but they're from real spammy sources, well, it's not going to do you a whole lot of good. In fact, probably the opposite. Do you have a Google My Business page? Have you claimed it? Is it accurate? Does it contain photos of your business, real photos? Do you have reviews? What do your customers say about you? Are you responding to reviews, both good and bad? All right, now you've got a sense of what I'm looking for when I do a site audit, site competitors audit, and a website audit, if indeed you do have a website right now. But let's take a look at a couple custom local lead gen sites similar to what the sites we would do for certain people that we do marketing for. Here's a plumbing site right here, and here's a click to call button, which is important when you're viewing the site on a mobile device, which in the service businesses especially, more than 50% view your site on a mobile device. So if you click this, it'll call you. Here's a contact form. Here's another form which pops up, which has a special lead gen offer, a $100 service voucher to get them to opt in right here. I'll close this out. Here's a video. This isn't a video of the business owner, of course. This is a video that was made, but you can shoot a video with an iPhone or a smartphone of whatever kind you have, and it'll be just fine as long as you don't stutter too much. People just want to know who you are and see that you're a real person and look trustworthy. Scroll down here. Here's some good content showing the personal service you're going to get from this particular business. Because we have less overhead than larger plumbers, these savings or those savings are passed on to you. Something people like to hear, and yes, people actually do read some of this content like this. Here's the services offered right here, and of course reviews, the real reviews showing up, very important for the trust factor. Here's some more real photos. Here's a photo of the area that they're trying to show that he is a personal plumber, and a small town plumber or mid-sized town plumber, not a big chain plumber that charges you an arm and a leg. Here's a Google map and contact information, business hours. Here's another site very similar. This is the service area page. Remember, we talked about having good quality, unique content covering all the different areas so that you can rank for a bunch of different long-tail keywords. Here's the click to call. Same with, here's another video at the top, and the same idea right here. Real photos, reviews showing. So simple sites, but very effective, very professionally done. So if you do want to hear more, give me a call at the number listed right here, and we can talk, and it'll be a quick phone call, 5 minutes probably. I just need to talk to you a little bit, get you some basic information from you, learn a little bit about your business, your marketing budget, etc. Or you can click this Learn to More button right here and go to my contact form and schedule a call. Alright, so hopefully I'll be talking to you soon. Hope you found this information helpful. Take it easy.